Hey YouTube, Estacado 5000 here, what's up? Here's another retro deck profile. It's the Ratty gadget build. So here we go. We got free Cyber Dragons. Self-explanatory, one of the best staples back in that format. When your opponent has a monster on the field, you don't have any, you can special summon this from your hand. It was very good with Monarch builds back in that format as well. Then you got two of each of the gadgets, green, red, and yellow. So basically, yellow searches out green, green searches out red, and red searches out yellow gadgets. So, and this is also good. This is the main reason why the deck is named Ratty gadget, is because of giant rat. So basically, with this monster right here, you can summon any monster from your deck in attack mode that's an Earth attribute, 1500 or less monster. So you have a lot of options in this build. You can bring out an Exile Force, a Card Trooper, an Injection Fairy Lily, and a Neospatian Grand Mole. So these are a lot of options, plus any of these gadget monsters. So when this is destroyed by Battle Sensitive Graveyard, you can bring out either a gadget monster and add another gadget to your hand, or you can bring out Grand Mole, an Exile Force. Well, Exile Force you really wouldn't bring out in that situation unless you only had one monster on the field, and on your next turn you can just tribute this to blow up your opponent's monster. Mainly what I would use if this was destroyed, I would either get a gadget monster, or if the situation called for, if they had like a Jinzo on board, I obviously bring out this monster, or Grand Mole obviously, depends on the situation. Because there's a lot of combos you can pull off, because Injection Fairy Lily, the reason why this card is pretty deadly, because at the damage calculation, you could pay 2,000 life points, and this monster becomes a 3,400 attack point monster, basically, until the end phase of that damage step. So it's a really good card to have. You know, and it can run over Jinzo, so a lot of people would not attack. They would just immediately end their battle phase. So, Grand Mole, the same thing. If I bring one of these two out, they pretty much would stop their battle phase right there if they have less than two monsters or less. They don't want to lose their top level monster like Jinzo to a Grand Mole or Injection Fairy Lily. They would just end their battle phase, but it would be irrelevant anyway, because next turn that monster would either be destroyed or returned to the hand via Grand Mole. So it's obvious. So Grand Mole, self-explanatory, it bounces back an opponent's monster if it's attacked or is attacked. Exile Force, you tribute it to blow up a monster in your opponent's field. Free Card Trooper, you mill free cards on the top of your deck. It becomes a 1900 attack point monster max, obviously. And then when it's destroyed, you can draw one card. Then you got one Sangan, which you can search out for your giant rats, any of your gadget monsters. So basically, with this monster, every monster in this deck, with the exception of the free Cyber Dragons, is searchable by this card. So there's a lot of options you can use with this card. Now for the spells, you got free Smashing Ground, self-explanatory. You got two creature swap. You got Confiscation, Omen of the Crossout, Pot of Avarice to recycle your resources and draw two cards. Scapegoat, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, Premature Burial, and Snatch and Steal. The 5 main spell staples in any deck back in that format. Now for the traps, you got free Sakaretu Armor, 2 Widespread Ruin, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, 1 Ring of Destruction, and last but not least, 1 Call of the Haunted. So that's the build. Hope you all enjoyed. More videos coming soon. Comment and subscribe. Later.